So in this video we are going to solve wildcard matching problem. So suppose if you have been given one string and you also have the pattern, so you have to say according to this pattern this string is matching or not. So if you see here, suppose a string is SS and pattern is A, so it will not match, right? So if you see here, this is the A and here is A only. So this A will match with this A, but this complete is not matching, so I can say this is the false, right? Another case, if you see here, but suppose if this is the string and if this is your pattern AA also, so we can say that your string or pattern matching, so we can say that true. Take another example. It is very easy, right? This is a string comparison. Nothing here in the pattern. But in the pattern, we have the two very unique character. One is the asterisk and one is the question mark. Question mark always represent the any character, but only one character, and that should not be empty. So in this case, if you see, if your string is A, B, and pattern is question mark and B, it is true, because here question mark can represent as A, and then of course this B is B matching, right? So in this case, if this is the this one, so if this is the string and this is the pattern, so of course B match with B, and A question mark represent any character, right? So it can represent the A character also, it will match. Your answer is the true. See the third example, asterisk. Asterisk has the more unique compared to the question mark, some unique features. So this asterisk can represent empty string also, that I will come to show you. It can represent either only one character or multiple character. So means, suppose if your string is, in the case you can see this one, if your string is empty and pattern is the asterisk, you can say this is the true, right? And even suppose if your this string is this one and pattern is just star, it will match, because star could be anything. Even it could be have the one character, or you could have the any character. And due to this star, this algorithm is going to little bit tough compared to the other algorithms. Let me just fast forward. Let me see the few examples, then we can jump into the solution. So in this case, CB is the string and pattern is the star. Of course, it will be the true, because star can represent the CB. In this case, and we are going to take this example in our solutions. So if suppose string is A, B, C, P, Q, G, and your pattern is A question mark C asterisk G, so check whether this will match or not. So of course A will match with A, B will match with the question mark can represent any character, C of course is matching with the C, and star and this G represent this G, then star can represent the P and Q, and you can say this is the true. So it's matching. Another case, if the string is same and this time pattern is just A, B, C star, not the G, of course A is matching, B is matching with the question mark, C is matching with the C, and here star will represent all three character, and your string is correct. And another pattern, nothing in the pattern, only you have the star. Yes, it will match any character. But now I am asking you, if string is this, pattern is this, and if instead of the G, suppose here is a P there, will it return the true? No, because this P is not matching with the G. Here this star will represent only the PQ, but this ending character is not matching, and result would be the false, right? So if this is the G here, your it is true. Even without G is also true. Only star is also true, right? Again, suppose if your string is the empty string and pattern is question mark, it is false, because question mark represent any one character, but one character must be there, but in the empty there is no any string, right? So question mark will be the false. But if you have this is the string and this is the pattern, it's true, because question mark represent empty character also, right? But how it is difficult, right? Why you cannot do the one comparison and say I can do that? I am going to say why it is the complex. So if you see here, Your string size could be anything and pattern size could be anything, right? So your string size could be of the 20 character, but your pattern size could be the any character less than equal 20, right? Or even it could be the 5 only, and that it could be 2 because asterisk can represent the multiple character at a time, right? That's why that is going to the little bit complex here. And another complexity, what I'm saying here, suppose this is the string and suppose this is a pattern. Try to understand here. Now I'm saying you whether this is correct or not. So now you see, if A is matching with the A and B represent with the question mark, and now here C. So when you comparison the C to C, we cannot say to till here. Let me repeat my sentence again. If you this first character matching with the first character pattern, I say this is true till first character, right? Another character is matching, I will say this is true till second character. I don't know about the next character, right? Now come the third character. Now C is C matching, I can say true. But now think, if suppose this was the false, even though C is matching, can I say true? No, because previous one is the false. Even though C is matching, it will not make the true, it will become the false. So current index matching is depend upon the previous one. So when you compare this index, if this is the true, then you check the previous one. If previous one was the true, it will be true. If this is the false previous one, this is the false. So this comparison is based upon the two things. One thing is that if do not match, suppose this here was the C, here was the F, it was not matching, then I can straightforward I can say this is the false. But if it is match, this index character, then you have to take the previous value, not the current value, previous value. That could be the true and that could be the false. In this case, suppose if it was the F, so AA was matching, I can say true. BF is not matching, I can say false. CC is matching, CC is matching. What is the previous value? False. So this will be the false. If suppose this is the question mark, then this becomes the true. Then CC is matching, previous value true, so this is the true. So to make this kind of the solutions, we have to take the very easiest way is take the 2D dimension. So what I will do here, I will put the pattern here. In this case, pattern is A, comma, question mark, C and D, and here we will take the string. What is the string here? A, B, C, D, F. Okay, but important thing is that we have to leave one row also and the one column also. So this value should be come from, I will explain you. So because why I should not start index 0, because we have to always depend upon the previous one. So if you start your calculation on the index 0, then we don't have the -1 index. So you have to start all the calculation from the index 1. So you will have the index 0 for this kind of the calculation. So that I will detail. Now let me rub the board and take the example. So suppose if you have the string S and the pattern P, and you can see I have just given the indexing, right? So to solving the problem, I will come across through the 2D dimension for the Boolean. So I will give the name of this 2D is the match, and of course the size of this 2D would be one size greater than string. So it will the row wise is the string event. So if you can say this is my string, so this is the string row wise, and column wise is the pattern. So I have given the pattern. One extra I have taken the event because as I discussed that I need go to the previous one to fetch the value, right? So that's why I have taken the extra one here. So if you see that my pattern would be start from index 1 and I kept one empty string on the both on the pattern also and on the string also. I will detail you why I have kept that. So this is my indexing for the pattern, this is indexing for my the string. Okay. So the beauty of this 2D, so if you see that, if you see here, the empty would be match. If it is match, I will present the true. So when I start our algorithm, by default I will make the true for the this one. And now if you see this empty is matching with the A, it will not match the A. So I can put the false here. And also something I want to say you, the beauty of this one, if you say that 2 2, so what is the value of match 2 2? It will become these 2 and these 2. I'm talking about this one. So this value, whether this is the true here, false here, this box represent the pattern, this one A and question mark, and this represent the string AB. So if you see here, the match 2 2 means string would be the AB till here. What is the string? AB here. And what is the pattern? Till 2, A question mark. So this represent the pattern matching or not matching for this particular value. So if you see this is matching, I will give the true. That I will come across that. Just I want to show what is the importance of this grid. When I say 4 or 3, that means till index of the 4 for the string and till index for the pattern 3. So 4 up to P, and this is the box I am talking about, right? And here so string would be A, B, C, P, and the pattern is till 3, A question mark and C. So this value, whatever the value would be here, that will represent the pattern matching till here. I'm not talking about the full string. So if you suppose taking this one, this box, so this box represent where your pattern matching for this string and for this pattern, this value represent. So I'm going to fill one by one and see that, and this value, this box will represent your complete string and the complete pattern is matching or not, and this is your final value. If this is returning the true, means your pattern is matching. If this box returning the false, your pattern is not matching. Okay, so now see one by one here. So how we do that? So actually we will follow the 3 logic here. That logic is that first logic, if your character matching or suppose if character does not match, then we will use the false. Then no need to do anything, I will represent the false. Means suppose if this one and this one is matching, if this one is not matching, I will say false. First condition. Second condition, if character match, if it is match, then we will see if character match, then we will take the previous value, previous diagonal value. So previous value means, suppose here if C and C is matching, right? In this case, if C in C is matching, so I will take the previous value. What is the previous value? Before C, this is value, and before C, this is a value, right? So if you are talking about this value, this one, this C and this C, right? We are talking about this one. So if C and C is matching, I will see the what is the previous value. What is the previous value means? Before C this one and before C this B. So this is the previous value. I will take the value from here, right? That's why I say the previous value. Now, so if this is the star is coming, then take one example and then we can understand. So suppose if I'm taking the ABCP, ABCP, and pattern, if you take the pattern A question mark C and asterisk. So in this case there are two possibilities. What I will do, first take the string as it is, and pattern, consider the pattern asterisk is not there, because asterisk could be empty, and see whether this is true or not. First I will check this one, true and false. Second case, you consider that this star is the P, so you can remove the P from the string. So this case ABC and here and C, whatever the value, you both take the OR and take the final value. So in this case, if you see here, suppose this is the ABCP and the A question mark CQ, A question mark CQ. I am talking about this one, right? So if you take this box, then take the first case, I remove the asterisk. So if you are talking about this box, you remove the asterisk, means you remove the asterisk. So you are talking about then this one, you are talking about the A question mark C, A question mark C, and the string ACBP means here. So you are talking about this one, this box. And for another case, you remove this P and you are talking about this box. So I will check this box, and make the OR condition, that is for the asterisk. Okay, let me see the example, then it will be more clear that. Okay, so what I will do, I am giving all the three conditions in the algorithm form, then it will be easy for us to algorithm. So if, and we represent the pattern is equal to J, and string row wise is the I. So I make the two for loop, one for the I start from the S string, so row wise, and then the for J is the pattern wise. That's why this is the S event and this is the P event. And of course, let me do the first then, because I have started the from 1 and 1. So we first complete the 0 part, then this code will be start, right? By default on the 0 0 we put the true, because obvious this empty will match, so I put the true. Now this empty and this A is not matching, so anyhow if you guess this one means your string is the empty and pattern is the A. So it is not matching, your pattern is the empty A. So it is not matching, so I will give the false. The same case, it will be the false here also, because till here what is that, your string is E and the pattern is empty A question mark C. Obviously it is not matching, I will put the false, and here also false. And the same case, if your pattern is empty, it will not match anyone here, so I will return the false. So before starting the code, we have to fill this zeroth column and the zeroth row, because my code will start from the 1 1, my code will start from here, right? Now I am saying that if P pattern J minus 1, why I did the J minus 1, because it is J start from the 1 and pattern, if you see here, so J minus means 0, so I have to start from 0. And this is start from the 1, that's why I always give on the minus 1, right? So if you see, if this is the, if this one P and this is S, if it is matching, I am talking about this box, right? So because I1 J1, I1 and this is the 1, so I am talking about this box, right? If this is matching or pattern is a question mark, then you put the value of the I minus 1 and J minus 1. So if you here, if AA is matching, then I minus 1 J minus 1. What is the I right now? 1, and what is the J? 1. So I minus 1 0, J minus 1 0. So what is the value of J? What is the value of match 0 0 is the 2, so it will come from here, and so I can make the 2 here. And we have already discussed that if it is matching, we will take the previous value. Now it will go up, and this time I is equal to 1, J is equal to 2, right? I is equal to 1, J is equal to 2. So now in this case, pattern is 1 and this is the 0, right? So now, am I right or not? Yes. So now, if this is the now this is the, and we are here talking about this box. So my pattern is for this box. My pattern is the A and question mark, and string is the A. Right. So we have to check right now. So it is matching or not, because J is equal to 2 and this is the 0. Right? This is the 1. So in the case, if now right time J is equal to 2, so this is the 2 minus 1 1. So I am talking about this one, and I is still 1. So 1 minus 1 0. So this one I am talking about this box, and I am talking about this box. So it is asking that if both are matching, or the G minus 1 is the question mark. Yes, G minus 1 is the question mark. If this is the case, then you take the previous value. So we will take the previous value here. So it will become the false. Next, now I am talking about this 2. J is equal to now 3. So 3 minus 1 is equal to 2, and here is the A. So this C or A is matching. This is not matching at all. So make the false. But this time we make the false from it was not matching and the false was already there. So when you create the 2D dimension, all the values go to false. So it will contain the false. So now move forward that. Now this is the A and this is the asterisk, right? Now the asterisk case is there. So in the asterisk case, what I have to see? We have to see this value or this value. If one of the two, I will put the true, but both are the false, so I am going to make it the false. So this is the false. And of course, A and G is not matching, I will make the false. Now come here, B or A is not matching, give the false. B and question mark, so this condition. So you have to take the previous one. Previous one is equal to true, so make the true. B and C is not matching, give the false. B and asterisk, again I will take this value and this value, both are false, so it will become the false. B and G is not matching, give the false. C A is not matching, no problem, give the false. C question mark, this condition. So then we have to take the C question mark, you have to take the previous value, right? Previous value is equal to false, so it's equal to the false. And then C is matching. If it is matching, then take the previous value. So for this is the previous value, so this 2 I will take the 2. C and question mark, so in this case C and asterisk, so take the both all. Here is the false, here is equal to 2, then take the 2. C and the G is not matching, put the false. P and the A not matching, give the false. P and question mark, this condition 2, take the previous value, false. P and C not matching, give the false. P and the asterisk, so again previous, this one and this one is equal to 2. You can see if once you will get the 2 for star, it will be the continuous star, continuous 2. So now P and the G not matching, put the false. Q and A not matching, give the false. Q question mark, this condition, take the previous value, false. Q and the C not matching, give the false. Q and the star, take both of the all, this is the 2, because one of the value, this value, one is the 2, so put the 2. Q and G is not matching, give the false. G and A not matching, give the false. G question mark, this condition, take the previous value. G and the C not matching, give the false. G and star, this one and this one, 2. G and G is matching and get the 2. So the moment you get the 2, this is your final result. It means that this pattern, this string and this pattern is matching, right? So that's why this was the, now we see in the code how it works. But one more time I want to explain that if you come any particular point, if you suppose take this example 2, that means from here, that means this string come here and this pattern must be matching. You can see this is the A, B, C, and here the A question mark C, right? Both are the correct. So this represents the column and rows value, right? Let me show, but we have the one corner case. If suppose you have the asterisk only, right? Only the asterisk in the pattern. So if you make this one, So this will be the your pattern only. This is the empty string, and here if you see, this is your empty string here, and you have the A and A, right? So in that case, this by default is true. Then if before asterisk, if anything is true, you have to make the true to satisfy this condition of this kind of the corner case. Otherwise, it will give the false. So when you make this match DP, in that we have to first fill this row and this column, keeping this condition in the mind. That I will show in the code. So first, what you have to do, we have to create one two-dimension. I will give the match name and anything you can give boolean, and as we discussed that length would be the one character more of the string and one character more of the pattern. So length plus 1, and here pattern plus 1, right? And by default we will first make this index 0 and 0 is equal to 2, right? And we have to fill up the first row, keeping the conditions that I will explain you. So in the case, suppose your S is equal to AA and pattern is only asterisk. So just fulfill for this condition, we have to make the row fill up. So obviously it will start from the 1, because I have already taken the 0, so I will start from the 1, and it will go equal to the pattern length, right? We are going for the row wise, right? So only the first row, so it will go, and then I plus plus, and here if we check, means in the match we are filling only the first row, means this is the first row, right? And the column is equal to I. So I will check if, always the make the 0 because I'm talking to first row, if previous value I minus 1 is equal to true and pattern is at the I minus 1, right? You're getting my point, right? If the previous character, and why I'm getting the character I minus 1, because my index is start from the 1. So if that is the asterisk, so that's it. So if this is the true, keep the true. If this is the false, keep the whole false, right? So now we're done. Now if you go the first entry for the first column, right? So I will start from the first column I'm talking about. So because we have already given the 0 index, so this we are giving the first column, so compute the S, right? So it is the S dot length, of course equal, because we are taking the from the 1, and then I plus plus, and here I will keep the complete I and 0, because I'm talking about the first column. I will return the false, because only the first is the true, otherwise everything the false. Now our logic will start, and our logic will start from the 1, right? And first is the row wise, so I will take the S string, S dot length, and now take another one is the column wise, right? So J is equal to 1, and of course J will go the equal length of the pattern, right? And then J plus plus. If the first condition, if your S character at the I minus 1, because string is the I, equal to pattern J minus 1, if both are matching, right? If both are matching, then what I will do, if both are matching here and or your P dot character is equal to star, in both case we have to take the question mark. So in both case we have to take the previous value. So what is the previous value? Match I and j equal to match I minus j, right? I minus 1 and j minus 1. It will show the diagonally previous value, right? Another case, if your character is the asterisk, if your character is equal to asterisk, then what you have to do? Match I and j equal to, means from the up and the left, from the left side and up side. If it is any one 2, I will take the 2. So first case I will make the minus I minus 1, keep the j intact, or next time keep the I intact and the j minus 1. If any condition, that I will take it. And this is the false is here, and this method, and here we will return the above the last index, right? So match s dot length, this is the last means from left, from the right bottom, right? So p length. So this is final value I will be returning. This is the code. Let me just run and check whether it's working or not. It's working fine, right? So now it's working fine. And take some different examples to run. In my case, what we have taken, that a b c p q g, and it was the a question mark b and c, that star g, right? And check this is working or not. And this is also working. So it is giving the false because we have to give the a b is matching. If you give the c, and then it should work too, right? Yeah. Okay, this two. Why I have given the first case? Because this is the corner case. Suppose you have the 2a here, and if you have given the asterisk, right? So now if you can see, it is working fine, it is giving the true. But if you remove this part, then it's true. Now suppose if you are not giving this part and try to run, it will give the false. That's why the first we taken the corner case for the first one, right? So it giving the false result. That's why you need to put this condition just for these corner cases. So now everything is working. Let me submit this code and see how it works. Submit the code. It should work because I have already tested here. So this is accepted, right? So thank you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the channel. Thank you.